And in fact, in their live shows, the time in the spotlight is pretty well divided among the guys. But only one new kid handles the majority of lead vocals. Only one cited by People magazine as one of the 50 most beautiful people in the world. And only one is most often mentioned as having great potential as a solo artist. If New Kids on the Block does have a star in the making, it would appear to be Jordan Knight.
I'm just doing what I like to do. I'm not trying to, stick out or trying to take the bulk of the leads of the songs and stuff. I'm just, I love music, and I always want to get better and better at it. I'm always trying to, just strive for the best.
So when people focus on you, say, New Kids on the Block lead singer Jordan Knight, or New Kids on the Block, frontman Jordan Knight, that kind of thing, I mean, is it a role that you're comfortable with? Because you seem, Donnie's much more obviously the kind of person who works that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm definitely more laid back and I'm quiet and stuff. But when I get on stage, I'm fine with the role of being a lead singer. I like that position. But as far as talking to people, doing interviews, I kind of stay back. That's more Donnie.
Yeah.
I can deal with 15,000 people better than one person.
Do you think when you were in school, say before the group, or even when you were just starting the group, did you think of yourself as someone who was always popular, or had a lot of girls and that kind of thing, or is this sort of new kind of?
No, I've always liked to dance and stuff, and that always drew attention to me. In school and stuff, I would dance in the hallways and stuff, and I hung with the cool crowd in school and stuff, so I was always pretty popular.
Yeah. What about vocally? How would you rate yourself now as a vocalist as compared to when the group first got started?
Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not the greatest, but I think I have improved, and I've learned a great deal, being in the group and through time.
Yeah. One thing that I think that you obviously don't see a lot of nowadays, I don't know if you have much at all since the stylistics, is falsetto, the use of falsetto.
Yeah.
Is this something that, does it always come naturally to you? And when did you first know that you could do it, sing that way?
A falsetto?
Yeah.
When I was 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I used to sing soprano in the church choir, so that's where I got my falsetto voice. Mm-hmm. And as I grew older, my natural voice went lower, but my falsetto always stayed high. Thank God. In actuality, I don't have a high voice. In a falsetto I do, but as in a natural voice, my voice is low. Everyone in the group's voice is higher than mine, naturally.
Right. Do you prefer the parts where you can sing falsetto?
I like singing falsetto, but then again, I like singing naturally. But I think my strong point is my falsetto, so it tends to sound better.
What about critical approval? Does it even matter much anymore, since you guys have had a pretty hard road with the critics anyway?
I think the critics really give me a drive. I read the paper every morning after the show. I try not to let it get to me, but it does get to me, and it just pushes me all the more when they say, when they knock us and stuff. It pushes me all the more. So, and New Kids, we've always strived on being the underdog, When we would just start and we would, open up for headliners and stuff, and, we'd be like, let's win the crowd over.
I know that you and Jonathan grew up in a environment that was pretty open and all the time really mixed, which a lot of kids unfortunately aren't able to grow up in that kind of integrated environment. And yet, in the last year or two, we've seen what seems to be a real rise in racism in this country, all over again. Do you notice that?